Because before we forgive somebody, we must realize that we need forgiveness. And that's where humility of heart comes. And forgiveness is the greatest presence of peace. We have been created to love and to be loved. There's a part in our body, in our very body, that craves for that love and can give that love. I think people are so busy, so occupied that they have no time to even smile at each other. Have no time to enjoy each other, to be together, to smile us, to pray together. No time. Father, mother, very busy. Children are left to themselves. But you have again no time to talk to your children, to talk to your family people. Children love to begin to learn to love by receiving that tenderness and love from their mother and their father. And that's why it's so important for the life of the child, that warmth, that love, that tenderness of the parent. Misunderstanding will always come also, but that is part of the human life. That makes us come closer to each other then, when we understand the weakness of each other. It's very important to accept each other as we are. And that's the beginning of love. And to be able to love, we need to pray. God speaks in the silence of the heart, and we listen. And then we speak to God from the fullness of our heart. First we listen, God speaks, and then we speak and God listens. And that connection is prayer, is oneness with God. A soul of prayer, fruit of prayer, is deepening of faith. And the fruit of faith is love. And the fruit of love is service. And the fruit of service is peace. That's why we need to pray to have a clean heart. And if we have a clean heart, we can see God. And if we see God, naturally we begin to love one another. That means we see and we look, and then we give our hands to serve and our hearts to love. And that's the beginning of holiness. Externally you see just bread, but it is Jesus. Externally you see just a poor person, but it is Jesus. Difficult to explain. It's a mystery of love. It's one of those things that human mind cannot reach. But we have to bend. It is He. It is Him we receive, and it is Him we serve. Our love for Christ in action is the service of Him and the poor. Because He said very clearly, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, do it to me. And to make sure that we understand, He said at the hour of death, we are going to be judged on what we have been. I was hungry, you gave me to eat. I was naked, you clothed me. I was sick, and in prison, you visited me. I was homeless, and you took me in. Come, you blessed of my Father. A young girl and a young boy. That's why right from the beginning, even the younger sisters have to be taught of that presence in the Eucharist and His presence in the poor. And that these two presence, that's only one presence actually. These two, like two loves, but actually it's one love. That's why we begin the day with prayer. We begin with Mass. We begin with Holy Communion. Only after we have received Him as bread of life. He has made Himself bread of life to give us life. And that receiving of that life gives us the strength and the courage and the joy and the love to touch Him, to love Him, to serve Him, and so on. Without Him, we couldn't do it. But with Him, we can do all things. When we die and go home to God, for death is nothing else but going home to God. He will judge us on what we have been to each other. How we loved each other. Dear Jesus, help us to spread your fragrance everywhere we go. Flood our souls with your spirit and life. Penetrate and possess our whole being so utterly that all our lives may only be a radiance of yours. Shine through us and be so in us that every soul we come in contact with may feel your presence in our soul. Let them look up and see no longer us, but only Jesus. Stay with us, and then we shall begin to shine as you shine. So to shine as to be a light to others. The light of Jesus will be all from you. None of it will be ours. It will be you shining on others through us. Let us thus praise you in the way you love best, by shining on those around us. Let us preach you without preaching, not by words, but by our example. By the catching force, the sympathetic influence of what we do, the evident fullness of the love our hearts bears for you.